Go. We live. What? Oh, that's the Seagate one.
Oh.
There's a Seagate one and there's also Samsung.
Okay. I was like, look at that one. Okay.
Yeah.
Good.
All right. Okay, it says starting. Health is good. Receiving content. Yeah, we are live. For sure, we're live. All right. So, welcome everybody. This is Josh with Techtopia TV, and this is Justin.
Live in studio.
This is A Week in Technology, episode 34, which I don't even think I changed the name of this.
I'm not sure on the live stream. Oh, I got this. There we go. Live stream's working. Let me mute that real quick.
Can you change that?
What?
You can't change the name of that, can you? Sugar. All right, I gotta go off the screen for a minute, friend.
I just gotta go back to the computer, so I have to entertain.
Entertain.
So, yeah, this is the Techtopia studio live. And we're doing the show 34, not 33, like it's indicated in the thing, but got quite a bit of stuff coming for this week. Not too much stuff. A lot of gaming stuff. Mostly gaming stuff. A little bit of hardware news. A little bit of tech news. The Division came out, so we were kind of preoccupied with that this past weekend, so
Yep.
we didn't get too much news stuff. Yeah. We did the show last week, right?
Yes.
Like a 2-week thing?
No,
Yeah,
we did. We definitely did the show last week.
I can't remember.
All right, so the articles that we have for this week are new drivers bring Vulkan to nVidia and ish. Yeah, exactly. Microsoft cancels Fable Legends and plans to close Lionhead Studios. Sniper Elite 4 to launch this year. Overwatch open beta plus a release date. Of course, Tom Clancy's Division launched Tuesday?
Yeah, Tuesday.
Tuesday. Hardware news, we have Samsung ships largest SSD, that's 15 terabytes. Seagate finally got into the SSD game. I don't know if this is their first one.
Well, they kind of had those, I can't remember what
hybrids.
They were called, the hybrid ones, where they had I can't remember. It's
like half and half.
Gigs.
Yeah.
32 gigs of SSD, and then the rest all spin drive, all in the same form factor. So
then for tech news, Verizon Wireless was fined $1.35 million over privacy invading super cookies. Google ProjectFi now available to everyone. You don't need an invite anymore. Microsoft is bringing SQL Server to Linux, which is a holy shit moment for a lot of network guys.
That's how that's pronounced? I always call it SQL.
Well, some people say SQL, but
yeah.
I've heard people call it SQL.
Yeah.
And the last one I got is some shady shit that Windows is doing yet again.
Go figure.
With patches. So that was literally like 10-15 minutes before we came in here and started setting up. So I don't have a whole lot of notes, but it's actually pretty self-explanatory and straightforward. So we're going to get on to the first one. Well, first of all, what new tech stuff did you get since last week?
Absolutely nothing. Yeah, pretty boring. What about you?
Nothing.
Awesome!
Well, I mean, the only thing that we bought, and I guess technically it is tech-related, is the Division. Technically it is tech. Technically.
Video games, yeah. Actually bought that a couple weeks ago. Pre-ordered it, in fact.
I know.
It's actually, I think, my first pre-ordered game that I've ever pre-ordered.
Really?
I think so.
Oh yeah, we talked about that last week.
Did we?
Well, we talked about how we never pre-ordered, and then I went on a tangent talking about how I used to pre-order because it was more like a layaway back in the day.
Yeah, that's true. I do remember that now.
For like hard copies of like PS1 and PS2 games and stuff like that.
Yeah, but we found
like Metal Gear Solid. Oh my god! Oh, yeah. I remember when I pre-ordered that thing every week. I'd mow the lawn or something and go pay like $10 on it. And I was super excited.
Game is awesome, just like the Division. Division's pretty awesome.
I like it.
That is later.
It's not for everybody.
Show.
It's definitely not for everyone.
I don't know. I think it is for everyone.
I mean, a lot of people complain though.
Well, people are just complainers.
of course,
You're wrong.
people love to complain, but that's my point. It's like it's just like any other game, like Counter-Strike. Counter-Strike isn't for everybody.
No, it's for everyone, and if they're not right, they're wrong.
He's right. He's right.
if
you don't like what we like,
you're wrong.
All right.
This is America, after all.
So let's get into the first article. All right. So first article. Bear in mind, I mean, I literally just set this up tonight after I got home from work. So if it's a little wonky, the audio might be a little funky. I know he's already not talking loud enough.
Sorry. Yeah. Forgot I have to project my voice on the microphone. Right
Grow
now.
a pair. What? Something broke?
Did you mod me in this? I have to switch accounts, I guess. Give me one.
I thought I gave you mod.
No, that's my Tisma TV.
I thought I gave you mod on both. I need to do both.
Switch accounts.
All right.
Add account.
So anyway, first article: new drivers brings Vulkan to nVidia. Sort of. So a new driver came out. It was like a game-ready driver for the Division and VR.
Oh, race cars.
Holy crap.
Sorry, that's
RIP headphone users. Can you mute that and turn it off?
No, I cannot. It's very important. I might need to be getting some calls regarding stuff.
I'm like, what?
Remind me later.
So anyway, okay. There was it was game ready driver, right?
Yes.
Is that what it was?
That's how nVidia does it. They're kind of doing the same thing as the Sapphire stuff, which Sapphire just really.
I know you wrote the notes on this
Sapphire, but what's it called? Actually, I didn't write the notes.
Yes, you did.
I just wrote the notes for the
crashing in the boot.
Crashing in the driver.
So yeah, it caused a lot of crashing and boot loops and everything else or whatever for anybody that was trying to play the game and or I don't know if it was any game or just Division.
It was anything like PC boot loops.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Black screens and
so
I guess a lot of it was to do with
dual
Express monitors.
Yes.
Dual monitors was really bad. Okay,
I know several people said that they fixed it by
there we go, right account.
I guess a lot of people said that they had fixed it with by just disabling the second monitor or
also if you
disconnecting
did fresh install, it seemed to work. But nVidia ended up pulling the driver.
Is it custom installation? Is that what you do first?
I always do custom installation. I don't know about you.
Yeah, no.
Always do custom installation.
Never do Express on anything. It doesn't matter what it is.
So that's the article to them pulling the driver. There we go. I gotta catch up because it's the wrong account. But
oh yeah, I don't think I have that link, or do I?
Yeah, it's there.
Oh, the second one?
Yeah.
Do I have it up on here though? To show.
I have no idea.
Yes. So anyway, they pulled that driver and got rid of it, and now they released a new one, and I guess it fixes the problems.
What was it? 364 51 beta driver. They released that. It was supposed to fix all the issues, and then they were just waiting for that to be WHQL certified. And then apparently now, when we first did the news and stuff, it wasn't yet, but it's out now. So go ahead and download the driver. Should be good to go. And play the Division. A lot. It's awesome.
Yes.
Best game ever.
All night long. So they released the new driver and everything. I guess it fixed all the problems, so you should be good to go. I didn't even update the driver.
I haven't.
I'm still using the same driver before the game ready driver, and the game runs freaking flawless.
Yeah, I'm on. I'm like 361 something. I'm old drivers.
I mean, does that mean if I download this driver, I'm going to get like 300 FPS instead of 116 or whatever it is I'm getting now?
Yeah, your frames will increase 400%.
I mean, I don't understand what's so game ready about it if the old one works.
It's just little tweaks and stuff here and there that nVidia does to make it better.
Run better by crashing your computer over and over again?
Exactly. Well, I'm not sure what it was related to. It might have been related with the big thing that we added this article in here for is because added Vulkan support. So now that you install it, installs Vulkan, I guess. I haven't installed it, so I'm not sure. But people are saying in the Start Mini, there's this thing for Vulkan, and all that stuff's in there now.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, I haven't installed it either.
So, but yeah, no.
Because the game ran fine, so I didn't bother.
It gets Vulkan up and running, which is good. Another kind of something related to that I was reading of, that developers might start supporting Vulkan more over DirectX 12 because the adoption rate, well, I guess that relates to the last article, but the adoption rate of Windows 10 is actually really slow right now. So
I wonder why. I don't understand why people don't like Windows 10. I mean,
when it's free, I don't understand why you don't want to upgrade to it. I mean, I can understand businesses and stuff.
Yeah.
But
I was being sarcastic as to why people didn't want to upgrade. I understand why.
I don't understand why people don't. I mean, the spying thing.
See, and that's the thing. I think a lot of people are jumping on the security problems or whatever just to jump on the bandwagon to act like they give a shit.
I don't think it's a non-issue. I mean, because the Cortana, you disable all that stuff and it's not going to report back. But
trust me, anything that you do on your mobile device is giving away more information than what you're doing on your computer. In my opinion, I mean, obviously, I know a lot of people. We had this conversation before. I do most of my searching and stuff like that for things on my phone than I do my computer. Like I use my computer to pretty much game and video edit and stuff like that and watch streams. I don't go onto my computer and research how to make bombs or gay porn or anything.
Yeah, I mean,
I don't look up any of that stuff on there. I don't understand why anybody is so freaked out about going to a new OS whenever they don't give a shit about what they're giving to their phone.
Just people overreacting.
Yeah,
it's stupid. And
I think it's
10. I mean, it's free. There's Windows 8 kind of sucked with the start menu thing, but they've gotten rid of all that, I guess. Well,
you have the options now. You have the option to go with a classic version that looks normal, or you can still.
So is this like Windows 10?
That is Windows 10.
I mean, Windows 8.
No. You can actually, I think, if you click down here, if you right-click down on the taskbar, you can actually set it up to where you have the Windows 8 start menu.
Really?
Yeah. Maybe navigation or toolbar. No.
Whatever. Who cares?
Anyway, you can actually set it up to where you have the old tiles. Like it takes up the whole screen when you hit Windows. Yeah. And I didn't like that either. So
I didn't like that, but I still would have probably bought it and used it. I didn't use it if it was free, but I wasn't going to pay.
Well, I only jumped to Windows 8.1.
Yeah, it was $15
because it was $15. It was a $15 upgrade. I'm like, why the hell not? And it was supposed to be like
the next thing,
smoother and snappier and blah blah blah, lighter on resources, which it was, and I didn't have a problem with it except for the start menu was kind of wonky. Yeah. Well, I had issues with it not liking my sound card at first, but then the driver came. I remember how it kept on killing my sound, or it would have all those issues. So finally,
there are some driver issues and stuff.
Finally, Creative or whatever released the drivers
for issue. So. Yeah, you could not upgrade, but.
But I mean, I honestly think it's because they watch a lot of these tech people. I mean, Linus is obviously one of the largest tech people, as far as YouTube and people watching stuff. Yeah. And he even has Windows 10 on just about every single machine except for, the machines that they're doing specific videos for. Like, is there a difference between performance on 7, 8.1, or 10? Yeah. Obviously, there's a machine that has 7 still on it. Yeah. But on his work computer, all of their guys' work computers that they do all their editing on, they're all on 10. I think except for one guy who is jumping on I ain't switching to that because it's going to be spying on me. But I think a lot of the problem is that there are those big tech tubers and big review sites and stuff like that say, I'm not doing that because they're spying on me. And then people just immediately, just like Twitter, some stupid, famous person tweets something dumb and like 3 million people retweet it in 5 seconds. And now it's like, it's true now, even though it's not. It blows up so fast and people go so crazy over it. And then when they find out that it's actually false, the claim that it's false or whatever gets maybe 2,000 retweets, whereas the false thing got 3 million. So
I guess it's the same thing like Vista. Vista got a bad rap, but
it was kind of heavy on the resources,
7,
though.
Yeah, but Windows 7 is basically Vista.
Yeah, Windows 7 is literally just a service pack for Vista. They just knew that nobody would touch the Vista name, so they released it as a different name. Mm-hmm. That's all it was.
So,
they fixed the issues and released a patch and named it something different. Everybody was like, oh my god, it's the best thing since XP.
But anyways, back to the original thing that got us on this tangent. The adoption rate of Windows 10 is really slowing down. So, I read somewhere that at the current rate now, it won't be till like 2020 until the percentage, like the usage percentage of Windows 10 is as high as Windows 7 is right now.
2020?
Yeah. So quite a while. 4
Really?
years. Yeah. So, and only Windows 10 supports DirectX 12. So
that's crazy though, because didn't they say that they had 60 million downloads in the first 48 hours?
Yeah.
It's still, the adoption rate is slow?
Well, it's because it went up really high.
It peaked and now it's
really
plateauing.
Low. Yeah. So, of course, a lot of those are businesses and stuff like that, which don't use DirectX 12, but that might steer developers in the direction of going maybe towards Vulkan instead of DirectX 12, or at least because Vulkan offers all the same benefits as DirectX 12, better parallelization and stuff like that for modern computers and stuff like that. So, it might be good for Vulkan. See,
I really hope so, man. Because I of course, once again, said it many times or whatever in all the last shows or whatever. I really hope that Vulkan turns into something.
Mm-hmm. I think so too.
If it has the same performance as DirectX 12, but it allows for the main thing that I'm really hoping for is ports. I am so sick and tired of shitty PC ports from console games.
Yeah.
They always end up coding for what seems like, for big AAA games anyway. They always seem to make for the code for the console first and then try to port it over the PC, and then it fails miserably, or there's just a horrible launch at least. Mm-hmm. It might eventually get better, but the first few weeks that it's out,
it's just bad. Yeah,
it's horrible
because they spend
resources
just to release it.
Which is why I don't do the whole I'm going to pre-order, or I'm going to take the day off on the day that it launches, because 99.9% of the time it's not going to launch well. Yeah. Especially if it's an online online game.
It's just like the Division.
The Division had a bad thing
at that point, but but I guess also this isn't in the articles, but I read something. A brief article earlier that AMD released a new driver as well. With DirectX 12, and it gained a bunch of performance in the new Gears Award and stuff like that, which is DirectX 12.
I did see that. I was thinking about adding it to the notes, but I didn't.
There was with the Thunderbolt, the Radeon Thunderbolt stuff with the external GPUs for the laptops. So I guess it's plug and play now. So you just have to plug it in and it'll automatically work and all this other stuff. So it's really cool.
Good stuff. I heard something today whenever I was watching another video that somebody was complaining about bridge, the bridge cables for when you're doing SLI on nVidia cards. I guess AMD boards and stuff like that now bridge through the PCI slot, so you don't have to have an actual bridging cable across the top, so it looks cleaner and nicer, I guess. I didn't know that. I still don't know if it's true, but that's what they said. And
that's kind of cool.
The guy knows what he's talking about, so I figured if he said it was true, then it's most likely true. But
yeah.
It might be on maybe the high-end boards only kind of thing. So, but yeah,
there's plenty of bandwidth in the PCI slot.
Yeah, so
the 3.0 PCI slots, even when you use an SLI, you're using maybe. You can run a card at 8x instead of the 16x, and you're still not saturating the channels. So there's plenty of bandwidth available. So I'd say go for it. Less complications, easier to go. So,
yep.
All
right. On to the next one.
Good old Microsoft.
Fable Legends has been canceled. And apparently it's not as big of a deal as I thought it was. I thought, I know all the original Fables and everything. I never played them. But I know that they had a huge cult following. People absolutely loved them, and they sold like crazy. But that was a different time. It was that was the hotness.
Yeah, but apparently, I think I remember E3 last year. They were talking about this and had gameplay trailers and stuff like that. So I think development
wasn't this supposed to be more based on online though?
I think so.
Weren't they trying to go with an MMO kind of crap, and that's why people kind of like Elder Scrolls and then Elder Scrolls Online? It was
yeah. Well,
focus on another Skyrim type game, please.
If they do it If they do it like The Division, I think that's awesome. Like literally The Division.
Division's nuts. Here's Justin.
I think the game is great.
Swinging. No, I think it's awesome too.
I mean, everything about the game that I've played with so far has been.
I definitely don't want to turn it off, and I get the okay. We're gonna go.
Yeah, we're jumping ahead again.
So anyway,
but I think development of Fable Legends was pretty far along. For them to cancel it this far into the process is.
I think it's just.
I mean, they're closing down the studio and everything, so it's pretty.
Does it say? Does it say in the article that it was going to be released on consoles too? Yeah, it is Xbox Wire as well. Okay, so yeah, that makes no sense. I was thinking maybe it was just a PC thing, and they were just screwing PC people again. I don't know, but
no, they're just canceling it altogether.
So, but I guess they were talking or discussing with the employees about closing down Lionhead Studios altogether. I guess it hasn't been official, but this is pretty much the only thing that they were working on.
Yeah.
So if they're going to cancel the only game that they were working on and they were 3/4 or more of the way done with it, then there's no point in having the studio.
Yeah.
And I guess they also officially closed the UK-based studio Press Play, which does Xbox One exclusives. So they do like a lot of like the Windows Store games or whatever. Like I know, I think it was on Xbox too, but I know PopCap was like a really big game or a big company that made like the small little indie games or whatever that would sell on like the PlayStation Store and all that stuff.
PopCap was like Flash game.
Yeah, but they started making
Windows-based games.
Console games and stuff like that as well.
So the stores, games.
Right? Just like that cat that cat goes fishing game that I bought or whatever. It was originally started off as like an iPhone, iPad thing, and then it went to Android, and then it came to the PC or whatever.
So if it was programmed on Vulkan, they'd just be able to go.
I know, that's what I'm saying, dude. That's why I think Vulkan's gonna be so awesome. But yeah, that's really about it for that. I mean, I thought that it was going to be a huge deal. I mean, obviously the big fans, obviously are going to be mad, and super irritated and pissed off at Microsoft. But apparently, it's not as bad as I thought. You know, just reading about it on Reddit and everything,
people didn't care that much.
People were like, "Oh, I wasn't going to buy it anyway," or "Who cares? There's better things to be playing right now, like The Division." No, I'm just kidding. So, but anyway, honestly, this is like the first. This is honestly the first Ubisoft game since. I mean, I like the Far Cry games, but this is honestly the first Ubisoft game that I'm like, holy shit, this is awesome. You know,
they really did a good job with it.
I think they did a good job on it. I get the whole.
All right, we'll get there when we get there.
All right, so the next
couple
one.
Articles left.
Yes, the next one is Sniper Elite 4 to launch this year. So it's going to be releasing on PS4, Xbox One, PC. Game is set to start right where number 3 left off, which I know you didn't play.
No, I did not.
You didn't play Sniper Elite 3.
Yeah, I didn't buy 3. I was waiting for it to go cheap on Steam sale.
And it did go on cheap on Steam sale, and I told you that it was $10 freaking.
Was it?
Yes! Oh. I told you and Kenny both that it was $10, and then I'm like, "Did you guys buy it?" And you're like, "No, I didn't know you bought it." I'm like, "It was $10."
Yeah.
I bought one for Cameron as well. We played the campaign like 4 times now. It didn't feel as good as V2 though. The campaign didn't feel as good, but the maps for multiplayer were way better. But there's not that many people playing it, so it's good. Like because the other maps seem too close. Mm-hmm. Like I mean, it's a fucking sniper game, and you're shooting a guy 20 feet away with a sniper rifle. It was stupid. So now the maps are bigger, but less people are playing it. So then you're just sitting there looking around for. It's like a 20-minute match, and you get the 2 kills. The top kill is or the top player is 3 kills or whatever in 20 minutes, and it's like this. I'm falling asleep, so I just stopped playing it. But
yeah. So no, I mean this one looks it's like it's set in Italy. So it's a little bit different scenery than I guess the other one was Germany.
Yeah.
I'm not even sure to be honest.
There's a lot of mountainy terrains and desert kind of.
So it's a little bit different storyline. So I don't know. It looks interesting. I'll probably pick it up.
Yeah. V2 is awesome. I mean, if you can get the V2 for like $5, $6, $7, $8 or whatever on a sale or something.
What was it? They gave away V2.
Yeah, they did.
That's when we got it. Started playing it. So.
I liked the campaign. I thought it was really good. And of course, the whole bullet time thing and all that stuff.
It's definitely a good game. So.
But yeah, they also plan to have much larger maps or whatever, which of course on a sniper-based game is what you need.
Mm-hmm.
So that's gonna be good.
Looking forward to that. And then
you can discuss it. I didn't even read your notes. I didn't even open this article, so I know of the game. Like I've been watching people on YouTube play this game like a lot, and it looks like a lot of fun. I think Frankie on PC and 1080p or whatever the hell his name is. I know he did a video recently. I think Total Biscuit did a video on this on his WTF is Overwatch. Yeah. And he gave it an awesome rating. I mean, it's Blizzard, so I mean, 9 times out of 10, whatever they make is going to be good. So it looks a lot of fun. It looks like a more futuristic TF2.
Yeah, it's kind of along. It's team based, kind of along the lines of TF2, which
the characters look good.
And there's a lot of characters. Like I didn't know.
Freaking scenery is gorgeous too. Yeah. It's like Diablo-ish. You know, it's got like I like the art style of it is awesome.
Yeah. So the open beta is going to be releasing for everyone to play, I guess. If you pre-order the game, you get a couple days early access to the beta. So if you pre-purchase the game, you'll be able to start it on May 3rd or 4th. Not sure why it says 3rd or 4th, but anyways, or 3rd through the 4th. I don't know, but anyways. And
well, then, I mean, the regular beta begins the 5th through the 9th.
Yeah.
So you get to play 2 extra days if you pre-ordered.
Yeah,
basically.
They should just say starting the 3rd though.
Yeah.
Instead of 3rd through the 4th, and then just say 3 through the 9th.
Who did this? This is theirs, isn't it? This is straight off their site?
Yeah, it's off Blizzard's site.
Well, they're good at making games. They're just not good at English.
Yeah, their PR people aren't. So but open beta starts May 5th and goes through the 9th. So what is that, over a weekend, I'm assuming? Let me look real quick. Yeah, starting Thursday and then goes through Monday. So be able to play it. All the I guess there's 21 heroes in the game. All of them are unlocked. You can play them all. All the release maps are open and available to play. So you'll definitely be able to get a taste of the game and then see if you want to purchase it. Same way we did with the Division, which made us pre-purchase it.
Hey, I only pre-purchased it because it was like $44 instead of $60. That's the only reason why I pre-purchased it. Otherwise, I would have waited.
You won't be able to find it on Green Man Gaming. Whatever.
Green Man Gaming had the Division for $43.99, and I was like, I like the beta, and I think so far. Never mind, we're jumping ahead.
Yeah, but anyway, and then the release date of the. Let me see where that is.
May 24th?
It's April 29th.
No.
Oh.
You have to pre-purchase before April 29th.
If you want those a couple extra days, you have to pre-purchase by April 29th. And then the end of May, which is...
May 24th.
Yeah, May 24th is the release date of Overwatch. So definitely jump on it. I'd say, download the Blizzard app, get ready, play the game. From what I've seen, I haven't personally played the game, but what I've seen, it's a lot like Team Fortress. It's a real team-based game. A lot of different classes, and they all support off of each other. So definitely should be pretty cool. And I haven't read up on it too much, but hopefully
it looks really fast-paced.
It's a fast-paced game, and they'll have like a matchmaking setup. So it should be fun to play.
Like tons of different like classes. I know they had one that was like a ninja class that was like super sneaky, and you could go like invisible for a certain amount of time and have like these little like 3 Chinese stars in between its fingers, and it would throw them or whatever. And there's of course a sniper type class that is good for support, but of course gets wrecked if it's up close. And it's a typical thing. They balance them all
class,
out. And
medic class. There's everything. So definitely.
You can like pick up like runes and stuff kind of thing or whatever, I guess, while you're playing it, and it buffs, your teammates and stuff that are near you and all sorts of stuff. So it looks like it's going to be a lot of fun. I know, I guess they're talking about the open beta, so I guess I was watching footage from the closed beta because I know like the members of Yogg's cast and all that or whatever, they got into the closed beta and stuff, and they were playing it and doing videos of it and all that stuff. But so it looked like it would be a lot of fun to play. Is it going to be? I don't know. Never mind. I was going to ask if it was going to be free to play, but obviously it says purchase. How much is it going to be? $60?
I think it's $60. So, and it's Blizzard, so unfortunately,
no
hopefully
sales?
It's cheaper. But actually, I don't know. Let me see.
No sales anywhere.
Let me click the pre-purchase thing just to see how much it is. Yeah, it's $60, $59. So Yep. Hopefully we can find it somewhere cheaper, but I don't know.
It's counting you as a viewer and me as a viewer, right?
I think so, yeah.
Okay.
Because I have it open.
Don't be afraid to say hi in chat and everything else. If you got any questions, go ahead and drop us some questions and we can answer them along the way.
Yeah, for sure. And then on to the next one.
Good with that one?
I think so.
You talked about the rewards, unlocks, and stats and levels and all that stuff will be reset upon launch of the main game.
That's pretty self-explanatory, I think.
Then why'd you add it? You wasted all that time typing, or did you just copy and paste it?
No, I typed it out.
Okay.
I read the article and typed it out. I don't have the notes up, so it's like...
Oh, you don't? I thought you said you
were
going to have the notes up.
I do, but I wasn't looking at them at the same time, so... But yeah. Of course, all open betas or whatever. Any progress you make throughout the beta is all going to be reset on the beginning of the game. So if you can't play it during that weekend or whatever, don't worry about it. When the game comes out, you'll be at the same level as everyone else. Unlike the Division, which some people got early and got ahead of everyone else.
Who did that?
European people.
Was it European people?
I guess if you bought your code through a site in Europe, you got access early, even though you were in America.
Could you join servers?
Yeah,
now?
people were playing it like 8
American
hours.
servers? Because it was down for you when you tried it at midnight when it was supposed to go live for us.
Well, that's because it crashed because it was trying to go.
Oh, okay. I wasn't sure if that just meant they weren't online yet, like they didn't launch the game on time.
No, they were online. It's just when I launched
West
Ubisoft,
Coast was lucky because they got to start playing it at 9 p.m. their time. I'm like, you dirt.
Yeah.
I was like, I was in bed because I had to go to work the next day.
Mm-hmm. So, but I didn't really play it. I launched it.
So,
because I was waiting for you guys to play.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, the Division came out, of course, if you haven't already known. And it's a great game.
It's not like we mentioned it yet or not.
I don't think so. But yeah, so far I'm very impressed with the Division. The gameplay of it, when we played it in the beta, it was fun to play. Gave the elements right now. All it is we're messing with is just PvE. So we're just leveling and stuff like that. We haven't gotten into the Dark Zone over here, so I haven't seen any of that or the end game material. But
we saw the Dark Zone, of course, in the beta. But just not. I heard that it's worse now.
What do you mean?
Like in the beta, people were like super friendly, and every now and then we just kind of dicked around, we kept going rogue and stuff for a while because everybody was bored and the last day of the beta was alive. And but everything that I'm reading on Reddit and other places or whatever, I guess it's like super bad there now. Like you go in there and you're actually like worried about your shit now, whereas before you weren't.
Yeah.
It's I'm going to run in.
The thing is with the
maybe
beta,
somebody's going to troll me if he doesn't have a bag, but now there's people because before you saw somebody with a loot bag on their back and you're like, okay, I'm not going to worry about that guy too much. If you saw a guy sitting there at the, what's the zone called?
The extraction
zones.
Mm-hmm.
If you saw a guy in an extraction zone or whatever that didn't have a bag, then you were like, let's go to the other one. Or something like that. But now it's people with bags are screwing people and taking their stuff because they only have maybe one item in their bag out of the 6 or 7 you can have.
Yeah.
And then they just take the 5 from the other people and then extract it or whatever. So
I
guess it's a lot more, I don't know what the hell the term would be. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's more white knuckle when you're going through, running through there. Like you're actually DayZ style, you're
worried about people.
You're worried about it. You don't trust anybody. Whereas in the beta, you're just like, I don't care because it's the beta. I'm gonna lose all this crap anyway.
Well, also in the beta, the best gear came from the vendors. Like all the stuff you got in the.
I wonder if it's still gonna be like that though.
All the best gear comes from, what's it called?
What?
In the Dark Zone. So you have to extract the gear. Yeah.
From PvE stuff.
No. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So
or killing the guys, obviously.
Yeah. Well, you get it there, and then
stuff.
you have to extract it. So
all the good gear comes from doing the missions with the environment.
Yeah.
But you can obviously steal them from other people that collected the good stuff. But which I doubt I'll ever do because I'm Mr. Nice Guy in every game and I get screwed over every time. I'm always like, let's not shoot him. I go, hey man, how's it going? And I get shot in the face.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, but no,
I never learned my lesson.
I'm definitely curious to see how it'll be. longevity wise as well. Just going through and clearing out the
I wonder what the level cap
is. I think it's 50 in the dark zone.
50 in the dark.
The regular when we're level we're at, it's 30 for the regular area, then 50 for the dark zone. Yeah. So
that's what I'm wondering. I'm wondering how boring is it going to get?
Yeah, that's what I'm wondering too. I know
there's a season pass that says that it gives you access to extra
DLC
stuff.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So what's the DLC going to add? Like a new area or something that you can't get to now? Is it going to be like a red out zone that you're not allowed to go to kind of thing now? I mean, I don't understand how it's going to work.
Yeah, I'm not sure how it's going to work. I'm sure it'll be gear and stuff as well, but it'll probably be areas.
I mean, it's definitely a lot bigger.
Yeah. A
lot bigger already.
Mm-hmm. So definitely be interesting to see though. I'm curious how the longevity of it will be, because it seems, from what I've been hearing off streams and stuff with people at higher levels that started going the dark zone, there's a lot of people with high tier gear already. So if it's that you can get gear that quickly, longevity of it might not be the best. I mean, yeah, you can always do the grind and get the levels and stuff like that, but in a RPG game, you're grinding for gear and stuff like that. So, I mean, if you can get it quickly...
I just hope there's not going to be a thing where you can, buy credits, with real money.
Yeah.
I can buy a bunch of credits and I can go into the freaking dark zone or whatever to a vendor in there and buy this badass gun for, $8,000. That, I mean, it takes forever to get credits.
Yeah.
You get a gun that's actually what you think is semi-decent, and you sell it to a vendor, and they give you 8 fucking credits, and you go try to buy it from them, and it's 900 credits, and it's screw you, man. So it's a typical thing. I mean, it's a typical thing with most games.
I thought the game would be a little bit different, though. I wished the Dark Zone would have been integrated more in the leveling.
It's separate, though. It's a whole new different game.
Yeah, it's once you complete the campaign,
right?
All the PvE story and stuff like that, which will get you to the level closer to level 30, which is the max level. Then you venture into the dark zone. I'd like it if there was you could go into the dark zone at lower levels.
You can.
I mean, you can, but all the areas you go to are all really high level. You won't be able to kill anything.
Really?
Yeah.
Because you start off as a level 1 when you go into the...
Yeah, but all
so
the monsters are the same as level 30 or cleaners. Or whatever. Yeah, they're all really.
So if you go into the dark zone at level 7 now, everything would be 30s because you have to be a level 30 to go in.
I don't know if you have to be a level 30 to go in. I haven't tried it, but yeah, it kind of sucks in that aspect. And I wish there was you can go in there and get some upgrades and then do the story
and then bring it back out to you. Yeah. That's stupid.
So now it's it's two completely separate games, which is cool. I mean, a lot of people, even us probably.
But now it makes it almost like it's freaking H1Z1 type thing.
Kind of. Yeah.
You have the PvE thing where you can get your stuff
PvP
and level
section
up,
and then the PvE.
But then you go into the dark zone and it's just a PvP game now.
Pretty much.
So
that's where I think a lot of the trolling and stuff, and a lot of it's all PvP. Everyone's killing each other. It's just a deathmatch now. Nobody's playing it. Yeah, but if they integrated the Dark Zone into the story a little bit, I think it would have been better.
Maybe have a mission that you would have to go into the Dark Zone, saying, "Oh, be extra careful," and make it
because it's the Dark Zone.
Make it a super crazy mission that would make you freak out.
Or the PvP and the high level characters. I guess you'd have those people. If they did something like that, you'd have those people trolling, level 30 sitting there waiting for the level 5 noob to come and just murder them. One shot kill in the face, so... I guess that aspect...
I like the way that it was in the beta, though. You could go into the dark zone and you were basically just fighting...
But you had to get to level 8 to go into the dark zone, which was the max level in the beta.
Oh, you did?
Yeah. Oh, but it was just so low level that you went in there quickly. So I just think that integration with the Dark Zone could have been a little bit better in the game, but I mean overall with the game,
it's gonna be fucking forever before we get to go to the Dark Zone because
it
takes a long time to level up. It's not a fast thing at all.
Do people doing 24-hour playthroughs?
So basically, they're trying to make it the Dark Zone is the end game.
Yeah, the Dark Zone is the end game. Yeah.
I was hoping it was going to be like you said, just kind
integrated
of integrated in.
So but That's the only downfall of the game. But
I shouldn't have pre-ordered that shit.
I know, Ubisoft.
Should have. I'm just gonna wipe out everything that we said at the beginning of this thing because no, it's not. It sucks. It's a horrible game now.
No, I mean the game is awesome. Like,
if you liked
a lot of content in it.
If you liked it in the beta, if you played the open beta and you liked it, then it's definitely worth buying. Because I actually seem to be enjoying it more than I did in the beta. Mm-hmm. Like going through the beta, I felt like even us being 7s going against NPCs that were 7s
or 8s,
seemed like it was super easy. Like we were just rolling over them, like just completely railroading.
And we didn't even have good gear in the beta.
And then now
you can get yellow legendary gear in the from the Dark Zone, and we had maybe a purple.
Purple, yeah.
I mean, it was all blues and purple, baby purple.
But I mean, like now it's like we have decent gear, and we go through, and we're 7s going against 7s, and it's taking a while. Like I mean, you
have to be tactical about it.
Yeah, you need to plan it out. You need to make sure that you're helping each other out. Mm-hmm. Otherwise, you're not going to make it through. You can't just run through, run and gun, and expect to live because they will mess you up pretty quick.
Yeah, but no, the gunplay and it's great. It feels great. Like I never played Destiny, but everyone says it's a lot better game than Destiny because it's built on the same concept of an RPG kind of game. But
I think the problem is that I don't know. I don't like futuristic games. I guess.
Yeah, futuristic games are okay, but they get.
It depends on what it is. Mm-hmm. Like a futuristic game in the sense of like Half-Life was cool. Because
it's considered really futuristic.
It is futuristic,
That's scientific, but not futuristic.
Well, I mean, they had futuristic guns and shit.
Yeah, I don't know.
I know what you mean, though. It was kind of more like apocalyptic, but futuristic kind. I don't know. It's weird, but anyway,
technology and stuff
like
set in like modern.
Like Halo. Halo was cool. I always enjoyed what Halos I did get to play because I never bought an Xbox, but like I like the Halo multiplayer or the single player or whatever, and I enjoy that kind of thing. But I don't know. I don't dig the futuristic crowd. Like when they started going futuristic with like kind of a bad thing, but Call of Duties and stuff. Like when they started going futuristic with the Call of Duties, I'm just like, okay, no.
Which I saw something interesting. Modern
body
Warfare
scanners 2. Through the walls and all that. It's like
Modern Warfare 2 supposedly is set in 2016.
Really?
Yeah. So modern times now.
So I mean, it was futuristic, but not that far. It wasn't that far.
People and
They did a fairly good job of it. It was current weapons, but you could have a little bit extra things. Modern.
Hence the name.
Yeah. So, but like, I mean, that's just what I'm saying though. Like this here, it's, I know that's what, I think it was Total Biscuit had a problem with it. He said he liked the way that the game ran, but he said that the issue that he had with it was that it was hard to, for him, it was hard to enjoy the game because it's so realistic and with the times, but then not. Like they use like real named weapons and real named this and real named that, and it's set in an area that people know and that it looks real. But then all
this fake shit.
But then you're shooting people in the head like 17,000 times before they finally die. So it's like That's why Destiny felt that you can get away with that kind of stuff is because it's futuristic. They might have some crazy exoskeleton and you can just make up anything you want. But if you shoot somebody in the head with an M1A, like we know what an M1A is. I know I've shot
realistic. You shoot someone in the head with a
22. Yeah. But that's what I'm saying though. If you have that mentality and you go into it with that mentality, which is where all these bullet sponge complainers are going with, you can't go into it with that mentality. It's just like I told Ernest.
Yeah.
It's like, it's no different than freaking Cloud from Final Fantasy VII running in there with this sword that's 3 times his body length, and he hits people with it like 17,000 times before they die.
Yeah.
If you
it's
hit
an RPG. So.
If you hit a freaking poisonous flower that's shooting crap at you or whatever with a sword that big, it's going to cut it in half, it's going to be over. So it's an RPG. RPG is all about bullet sponging. It's all about crazy amounts of health, and you have to it makes the battles longer. Mm-hmm. You don't run in there and just go pop 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 and it's over and done with and you're on.
Yeah.
So if you go in with a mentality like that and closed-minded, then you're not going to enjoy it. If you go in with just having a good time and enjoying it like we did whenever we first started playing it. I mean, there was a couple times where we're like, holy crap, man, these guys take a lot of bullets, but I don't feel that way now.
Mm-hmm.
Like playing the final game, I'm just like,
if you go into like areas where you get a boss and you're too low of level and that
it can get annoying.
You're
joke.
in the wrong spot,
right?
So I mean, it's not a bad mechanic. It's how you're supposed to progress through the game. So,
right.
So you can't get to that end level content right away.
There's no other way to explain it except for RPG.
Process,
I mean, it's RPG. That's how RPGs are.
You can't expect. It's like same thing on Skyrim or whatever. The first giant you see, you die instantly, go flying in the air, 10 million
right.
Feet in the air. But then
2-3 hours later, you come back,
one shot him in the head with an arrow.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, whoa.
You just gotta beef your guy up and come back and wreck.
Yeah, exactly. So.
But I did get the right before we turned it off. I did go ahead and get that one, the K9 unit or whatever, in the security wing.
Mm-hmm.
I went ahead and used that one as my upgrade or whatever. So like when you clear an area, it automatically flags and shows where all the boxes and all the inventory things that you didn't find.
Oh, nice.
So now whenever I walk out, Chelsea I think was the area that we cleared last night. So like. Now that if we go back out to the Chelsea area, it'll show all the boxes where all the tools and electronic parts and all that crap are. It'll all show up on my map now.
Nice,
so because my dogs are going out and sniffing them out, I guess. So
indeed,
I went ahead and did that one. But.
Yeah.
All right, that's it. Oh, what did I just do? I just opened up something.
That's it. I'm gonna play.
Uh-oh, what did I just do? I just completely screwed up.
This guy doesn't know how to use a computer.
Is this the article you have? Computer World?
Yes, yeah. Computer World.
All right, Samsung ships the world's highest capacity SSD with a 15 terabyte storage space. So the drive is 15 millimeters thick.
Character limit.
Which is
Bitly really quick.
Which is thicker than a standard SSD, which is usually around 9 millimeters, 7 millimeters, somewhere around there. It's based on the 12 gigabits per second serial attached SCSI or SAS interface used in enterprise systems. This SSD can deliver 1200 megabits per second sequential read and write speeds. This drive can handle one full drive write per day. So what this means is basically like the durability of it and everything is that you can write 15 terabytes of data to this thing every single day for the duration of its 5-year warranty.
That is strong.
That's ridiculous. Like I think my drive or whatever is like what do they usually say? It's like maybe a couple gigs, like a gig or two a day or something, or not a gig or two a day, but that's crazy though. 15 terabytes a day. So the drive was made by stacking
15 years?
What?
15 years?
15 years.
Was it
it's a 5-year warranty.
5 year. Not 15.
15-year warranty would be ridiculous.
27.375
petabytes.
Yeah.
That's
a pretty strong warranty. Most of them are just like I don't even know what the new ones are, but they're like
4K porn. Lots of 4K.
A lot of 4K porn. But yeah, so that is ridiculous. But
the drive was made by stacking 512 256 gigabit VNAND chips. So little tiny VNAND chips. They stacked 512 of them bad boys inside this thing.
Wait, what was the size of these chips?
256 gigabit.
Little chip?
Yeah. 512 of them things. Dude, technology's ridiculous now. Like, look
giant
at this.
2.5 inch SSD is 250.
I think it's every single one of these little things, isn't it? I don't think those are solder points.
Those are pins. Yeah,
is
those
it?
are pins. Yeah.
Are you sure?
You kidding me? You have one pin with 256 gigs.
There's 512 of them in the size of your SSD. How small do you think they are?
They're small.
Small.
Yeah, it's just like a back of a CPU.
That's what I'm saying.
No, I'm just saying
about the chips itself. How small you think
if that's one pin or one 256 gig chip or whatever, just think about the transfer rate through a single pin. So that's why they have multiple pins. I mean, they could use less, but you still have to get that data throughput through them. So.
Yeah, I can barely read it from here, but it says in total, each chip contains more than 85.3 billion cells. Each cell can store 3 bits of data.
quite a bit.
That thing is beast. Absolutely beast.
I'm gonna buy one. How much is it?
I don't think it says.
It is $1 billion.
There you go. There it shows the 3D NAND stacking. It basically looks like a skyscraper inside of the case.
Exactly. That's how why your Evo 840s, 50s.
And then this here says, along with the 15 terabyte model, Samsung will offer the PM1633A or S. I can't read that. SSD in 7.68 terabytes, 3.84 terabytes, and 1.92 terabytes, and 960 or 980. 960 gigabytes and
480 and 960.
Yeah, I can barely read that from here. I don't have it.
You need some glasses, man. You're reading off of a computer.
Dude, I have two
that's like 8 feet away.
I have two supernova freaking lights in my face. I can barely see.
It's getting pretty warm.
I told you it's gonna get warm in here. It gets toasty in here when I'm filming, dude.
Yeah.
So yeah. Anyway, this thing is crazy.
Things we do for
and
production.
It's super expensive, I'm sure.
So yeah, but no. What you say?
Like
What'd you say? SCSI.
Yeah.
What'd you call it?
Serial Attached SCSI or SAS interface. It's an enterprise system, basically. SAS is like an interface for enterprise. SCSI, is that how you say that?
Yeah. That's old school, man.
Yeah, I've heard people call it SCSI, but I just wasn't going to say that because I think it sounds stupid.
It sounds scuzzy.
It's so stupid. That was horrible.
Hey, that was pretty good.
All right. So, Seagate is bragging about their super fast PCIe SSD, which I guess they have every right to. So it comes in 16 or 8-lane versions. The 16-lane version can support theoretical speeds of up to 10 gigabytes per second, while the cheaper 8-lane version will do 6.7 gigabytes per second throughput. The drives are designed for hyperscale data centers, but if you got the coin, you can buy one for a sick gaming drive.
Yeah.
Or 4K porn.
10 gigabytes per second. I'm trying to think.
That's ridiculous. Dude.
How fast is RAM? RAM is only like 20, or I can't remember.
Doesn't it depend?
Well, yeah, it depends on the type of RAM and stuff, but I think it's only like 30 or 40 gigabytes per second.
Is it?
Yeah, because I know like
when
you have a lot of RAM,
right?
you can make gigabyte or
RAM
disks.
You're talking about the throughput?
Yeah. You make RAM disks if you're working on some stuff you need to access super fast. So I was just wondering. I mean, 10 gigabytes per second. That's fast, man. That's getting to the speed of a RAM disk, which is, I guess that's why the article's here. So bad at this. I need to be back at my house. It's better there.
Why? What?
No, I could prep a little bit better. You know, me being over here, I didn't get to prep as much.
What do you need to prep for?
Actually,
what did you say?
The articles. No, I'm just saying. It's interesting that Seagate's finally getting to the SSD market. You know, since them and Western Digital, I think, have been reluctant to. I guess Seagate finally. Seagate had those hybrid drives.
Is it channel bandwidth?
Yeah.
Channel bandwidth for DDR4 is 12.8 to 25.6 gigabytes per second.
Yeah. It's fast.
So it's
almost as fast. Well, I mean,
half as fast as DDR4.
Yeah,
right?
but those are single channel, assuming.
Yeah.
Then
channel bandwidth.
You start getting dual channel, so it increases the speeds. So yeah, most like DDR3 systems.
I mean, it's fast.
20 gigabytes.
It's fast.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying.
That's all you need to know.
It's getting to the speed of RAM disks, which is incredible.
Yeah. And so the big deal here is that they're really trying to push data centers to use these things like Google. Oh my God!
You think about it, man. You'd go in and type Google and just start typing stuff, and it comes up instantly, man.
I know.
They must spend so much money. Which
type in 4K porn and see how fast it comes up.
Okay. Oh my goodness!
Lots of nudes.
Indeed, but no. I remember. What was that? Last week I was talking about it.
Talking about what?
YouTube, Google is looking for better storage options, just because the amount of content people are uploading to YouTube constantly.
Oh yeah.
I mean,
dude, I can't
remember the article or the thing, but it was like per day they were getting like 100 hours of like. I mean, it's just ridiculous how much data that they have to store.
I would think it'd be more than that.
I mean, it was
like 100,000 hours maybe.
It was like gigabytes per minute that they were getting. It was like,
oh, I'm sure
it was ridiculous, and they got to store all that, and they have to find ways to back it up.
Where the hell do they store all this though?
How do they pay for it all?
You can watch a freaking YouTube video that was put up there the freaking day YouTube launched, and it's still freaking there.
Yep, you got to pull that up. The first YouTube video.
You know what it was, right?
Yeah, it was
that guy talking
at the zoo. Here it is.
Alright, so here we are.
29.8 million views. The first freaking YouTube video ever, and it's got 20,000 dislikes. What a bunch of assholes! It's like, oh man, this is some stupid video, some idiot at a zoo.
It's the internet, man. People troll on the internet.
Yeah, I know. All right.
It's unfortunate.
All right, that's it for the hardware news. Hardware has just been really slow and crappy. I mean, once Computex comes out or whatever, it'll definitely be a lot bigger on the. But I think most people that probably come in here, it seems like anyway, are looking for the gaming news anyway. So
like the Division, amazing game.
Yeah, it's like the Division.
I wouldn't go play the Division right now, which. Though I'm kind of disappointed about the performance of the Division. I want to see it on your 980 Ti.
Okay, we'll load it up.
Like mine.
I don't know what frames I'm getting because I didn't turn on any kind of frame counter because I deleted it.
I gotta mess with mine a little bit because there's areas where it slows down to like 45.
What do you use? Are you still using Riva Tuner?
Yeah.
On MSI Afterburner? I deleted all that crap whenever my computer kept shutting off, trying to figure out what it was. I like deleted like almost every single program on my computer.
So, but I'm running everything at. Well, I guess it's higher than high, but I don't know if it's ultra. Like, I don't know if the preset ultra changes like textures or anything like that.
There's only two things that you can set to ultra.
Yeah.
Everything else is like maximum of high, and then it goes into the NVIDIA garbage.
Yeah. So
which basically
it might be mostly ultra settings that I have, but I got to see what I can do to drop a few little things that don't mess with the fidelity too much, and so I can get some frames because a few slowdowns.
Yeah, the NVIDIA stuff just seems like you're like taking like a really ugly woman and just putting a bunch of like makeup all over her face and
what are you talking about my character, man?
Just smearing it like crazy. No, your character's hot. I want to know. But anyway, so Verizon Wireless fined $1.35 million over privacy invading super cookies. So this diagram, you can take a look at the diagram while I'm reading it, and this explains how it does it a little bit better. But Verizon was caught injecting super cookies into each and every HTTP request. So these super cookies cannot be deleted or removed. Verizon was injecting a header or temporary ID to the request. This is basically just summarizing what the graphic shows.
Yeah.
Pretty horribly, actually. You would be sent to the site you requested. From there, the request would be then directed to the ad exchange, which I'm guessing is just like a little like a lobby of all the advertisers, I guess. So then the advertisers on this exchange would then issue
Google.ads
would then issue a paid API call to Verizon, which then gets mapped to a temporary ID and then returns the ID and or ad segments. And that's how Verizon and all that get paid.
So basically, Verizon was snooping on you to get paid better for the advertisements they're selling.
Yep.
Pretty much what it comes down to. They were reading your data on what you were doing and then selling advertising based on that data.
And apparently it's been going on for a while because it said they were forced into creating an opt-out option in early 2015, but the FCC still did an investigation and still, even with the opt-out, said this is some shady shit and found Verizon guilty and fined them $1.35 million. But then... this is the crazy thing, okay? If you go down to the...
it's the same reason why people hate Google, too.
Yeah, I know.
With Google Fiber and stuff.
Scroll down to the bottom so I can actually read this. I can't see it. But this part right here I thought was absolutely ridiculous. It says... win for consumers. Companies think twice before emerging new practices and violate consumer privacy. And it says, but will it though? And it says 1.35 million is
Drop in the bucket.
tiny. And it says it has little more than $20 billion in revenue each quarter. And that's not including the rest of Verizon. That's literally just Verizon Wireless. So $20 billion in revenue each quarter. That means Verizon Wireless is pulling in over $200 million every single day.
So $1.3 million.
$1.3 million is
like,
literally the guy
we'll
went.
keep paying that to get that.
The guy went and took a shit, and he made $1.35 million.
Yeah, actually,
$200 million a
let's
day.
do that.
$200 million a day.
Oops.
That is absolutely ridiculous. And they get fined $1.35 million for doing this. They made a hell of a lot more than $1.35 million off of what they did, I'm sure. What do you think?
10 minutes.
What do you think? Do you think they made more than $1.35 million in that year or two that they were doing that ad thing?
At least. Plus, then they have the data they can keep selling you. Because they have.
Yeah,
they
true.
log it. They're like,
So 10
this
minutes?
guy did this.
Or 13 minutes?
It would be.
10 minutes, 30 seconds?
Yeah, because that's each minute.
So 10 and a half minutes, you make 1.35 million?
10 minutes. It would be $1.38 million. Of that $200 million per day.
Literally, so, wow. That's
10 minutes.
disgusting.
At the time it took them to write the check, they already made the money back.
And that's
No
just the
big deal.
wireless portion.
Yeah.
That's nothing else.
That's just revenue. You have to admit that's just revenue.
Well,
Of
yeah,
course,
but
the
still.
profits are less, but
Still, 1.35 million doesn't phase them at all. They're just like,
yeah,
okay.
it's not
He
even a slap in the wrist. to
Right,
be
right.
honest.
The guy that was there at the court whenever they did this probably just reached in his back pocket and said, here you go, and walked out.
Be like, oh, that's it.
And then probably threw in an extra $300,000 to the judge and
they
told him
paid
to
the
go buy a new
lawyers
car.
more than.
Yeah, I know, right? Absolutely crazy, because I didn't add that part to the notes. That's why I wanted you to bring it up over there, because I read it out and I was like, you've got to be kidding me. That's $200 million a day. Just mind-blowing.
And people are complaining that Windows spies on.
Yeah. Right? I bet you all those people that don't want to switch to Windows 10 because of spying aren't going to go out and stop using Verizon, so that way.
Yeah, or the same thing. I mean,
AT&T's doing it too.
Using
T-Mobile's
Google,
doing it too.
using Facebook.
They're all doing
All
it.
that crap spying on you, man.
Yep.
So.
All right. So the next one, Google's ProjectFi. Is it Fi? Is it Fi? I think it's Fi. Like hi-fi, Wi-Fi.
Yeah.
I think it's Fi.
Sometimes it does that. Where
ProjectFi. I'm calling it Fi.
I like the.
Google's ProjectFi. Mobile
Eric
network
Ford.
is now open to everyone in the U.S. You no longer need to be invited. So for the next, this is the big deal though. For the next month, they are discounting the Nexus 5X, which I'm sure is the 16 gig version. The Nexus 5X down to only $199 in the U.S. $200.
To everyone or just
Everybody. Well, I mean, well, no, you have to sign up for ProjectFi to get the $200.
It's really weird. For some reason, this link from The Verge, I cannot send it in the.
We had the issue with
Yeah.
the Slick Deals one last week.
Yeah, I don't know why you can't do that, and I can't do a shorten it with Bitly either.
I know what it is.
What is it?
Google doesn't want us posting Google
I
links.
think so.
They're like, don't be talking about us.
Yo, this is good news. We're trying to promote your product.
I know.
have
Yeah, Nexus
and I'm gonna
6P
buy
right here.
Not really. But
So anyway, so you do have to sign up for ProjectFi, not Fee. ProjectFi. You have to do. You have to sign up for that in order to get the Nexus 5X for the $200. Because it only works on Nexus devices. ProjectFi uses T-Mobile and Sprint networks, switching between the two on the fly to offer the best coverage. With ProjectFi, fee, whatever, you only pay for the data that you used, and they claim that users are actually very lean with their data usage, averaging only 1.6 gigabytes a day or a month.
yeah, I mean,
I use more than 1.6 gigabytes.
Yeah, I mean,
a month.
if you're paying per usage, you'll connect to Wi-Fi more. So makes sense, and it's cheap for the users then. So I mean,
yeah, it did mention that they were pushing out their own like
Wi-Fi assistant.
Wi-Fi assistant where you can hook up to
Yeah,
public
where it tells
hotspots
you
and
which
all that
ones
kind of
to hook
stuff.
to. Yeah.
So that's pretty cool. It helps you cut down on your data cost and all that stuff. So if I had $200 right now, I would probably go ahead and do it just to do it. To do it. Because then I would
$200
take this thing back.
That's a good deal.
Yeah. It is only the 16 gig version though, so
still. Though.
But I had the Nexus 5.
I'd like to get a 5X for my father, so my dad. So
tell him about this then.
He's not gonna get ProjectFi.
Why not?
Already have T-Mobile.
But it uses T-Mobile and Sprint, so why not?
Sign up for it.
But it's cheaper than T-Mobile.
I'll have to switch to T-Mobile. Get the Fable.
All of you needs. Oh, okay.
Actually, it doesn't really matter. We could switch to ProjectFi.
Yeah, ProjectFi is pretty good.
ProjectFi.
Look up a video.
It's Fi.
Is it?
Wi-Fi.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
Yeah, but I like Fi better. I'm gonna say ProjectFi.
Okay.
This guy's an idiot. Did it? Yes.
I figured you'd use it at some point.
I was trying to figure out how to throw it in there somewhere.
All right. So the next one. Yes, like it says, hell freezes over. Microsoft is bringing its crown jewel SQL Server to Linux. So as you all know, I think it's broke.
Yeah. Okay. It is broke.
Is chat broke? Try refreshing.
Oh, it is. I'm gonna refresh it.
All right.
Oh, error occurred. You're up.
It says we're still live.
Oh, my internet died.
You must have hit the switch when you were getting really excited about the division. You were like, and like hit the button or something.
Secured. Yeah, I don't know what happened.
All right. So anyway, Microsoft continues its newfound love for open source by bringing its prized software SQL Server to Linux. They plan to have it ready and available for Linux by the middle of 2017. It will have all the same available features that are in the Windows version. So,
okay, so I'm gonna add the old links that I didn't get.
Okay. So yeah, this is pretty crazy because I know what is his name? What is his name? Satya Nadella. He had mentioned that he was starting to like open source stuff now, I guess. So,
Windows guy.
Yeah, Microsoft has been pushing more towards doing a lot more open source stuff in the last year or so.
They are giving away Windows. You know what's going to do.
But it's not open source. Yeah. The source code has to be open. So anyway, yeah. SQL Server is a big deal, though. I know, again, whenever I was reading about it and looking more into it and the area, the places that I found the sources for it and all that kind of stuff or whatever, I know a lot of the network guys are freaking out because a lot more companies and businesses are going with Linux based servers because it's just that much easier. You don't have to worry about all the background shit that Microsoft and Windows throws in it. Yeah. You can literally
it's cheaper.
Yeah, well, yeah, it's obviously way cheaper, but you can literally lean it down to as much as you want. You can have hardly anything running on startup, blah blah blah. It's everything. So, but at the same time, a lot of businesses and everything else really do love SQL. SQL databases and all that stuff is just awesome. Mm-hmm. And I think one of the main features that people really love about it, it talks about it in here, is that you can the stretch database service, I think it is. It lets you administrators send data from on-premises servers to the Azure cloud for storage while keeping it accessible for applications that query the particular database table. So you can move it from a local place to the cloud or whatever, and all the while it's going back and forth between those two things, it's still accessible to anybody that needs to pull queries from those tables. So
that's pretty cool.
That's pretty awesome. You can transfer things when you need to transfer them, and there's no downtime. Yeah, you don't have to worry about, it's going to be offline for the next 5 hours while it's transferring.
So it's continuous backups. You don't have to worry about anything.
That's awesome as hell. So, and this is the stuff that I was talking to you about that I was thinking about getting into, is doing more SQL, like learning SQL and learning more databasing stuff, because I know there's actually a lot of stuff out there, a lot of jobs out there people are wanting.
Like all that Verizon data, got a database
That's
somehow.
True. Damn, I didn't even think of that.
Dude, everything. A lot of info you gotta store.
But yeah, so that's pretty awesome though. That and I guess it's gonna be like I said, 2017. So yeah, I like this one. The guy, I like this one. It says, "Great news." He's like, "Finally, we have a database for grown-ups on Linux." Besides Oracle, of course, because Oracle's on there. But I don't know. Oracle just hasn't seemed to have been making huge strides with people lately.
They bought Java.
Yeah. No. So this last one, like I said, I found this one right before we had started the show. And apparently a Windows patch came out. And I guess it was a security patch, or said that it was a security patch, this month's security patch for Internet Explorer, and for 7 and 8.1. Mm-hmm. And so I guess what it has is and like they embedded some kind of you need to upgrade to Windows 10 now kind of thing into this security patch, which is another extremely crappy way of Microsoft trying to force Windows 10 on people. Because I don't know if did I message you about that? I don't think I did, but the new thing that people are having happen now is that they're booting up their Windows 7 and 8.1 machines, and it's going straight into updating to 10. Like they don't have to click on anything or anything. They just literally boot up their computer, and it just starts doing the little swirling circle saying we're updating your computer, and it goes straight into updating 10.
They don't automatically. You can't. They won't automatically.
It's doing that.
But no, there's a thing where if you leave your computer like on or whatever, and you come back, the thing will pop up and saying it's downloading Windows 10.
No, these were people that
it won't automatically. Microsoft won't automatically.
I'm telling you, man. They said that they came in.
They had to have clicked update.
These are people that are like they're tech guys, or like equal to what Linus and the rest of them are doing. They said that they came in, they turned their computer on, went out to grab something, came back, and it said that it was updating the computer. It was on a black screen with the update percentage and everything to 10.
I don't believe it.
There's hundreds of people claiming that it's happening to them.
There's no website art.
PC World did it, I think. Anyway,
I don't believe it. Microsoft fanboy here, getting paid, giving them money, Microsoft.
Basically what it says to you, if you're looking at it, you see this update adds functionality to Internet Explorer 11 on some computers that lets users learn about Windows 10 or start an upgrade to Windows 10. That's what it tells you in the notes about it before you download the patch. And then I guess some people said that if you go to, I guess it's like, what does it say? Non-domain join machines or something. It actually adds a blue banner across the top of the screen that says upgrade to Windows 10 the entire time you're browsing. On Internet Explorer, but who the hell uses that? So
that's pretty bad.
But yeah, the banner just stays up there the entire time saying upgrade to Windows 10. So I think that out of all of them that Microsoft has done,
like, I don't know, like they're trying really hard to get people to upgrade. People don't want to upgrade. I don't know why. I mean,
they just a lot of it is because people just. It's just like with everything else. Everything else going on politically here, at least in the U.S., people don't like to be forced to do something.
Oh, I agree. I mean, but it just.
Whether it's free or not, if Microsoft just left it alone, I guarantee it, even with the telemetry crap coming out and everything else, people would have migrated it to it anyway.
Yeah.
But because of the fact that they're doing all this, it's almost like, whenever you go somewhere and somebody's like shoving pamphlets in your face. You hate them more than if somebody just had them sitting on the table quietly and you go over and be like, oh, this is interesting.
Even if it's for something you wanted or
right.
something like that.
It's
I agree completely.
If you had NVIDIA over here and AMD over here, AMD's being quiet and NVIDIA's like, hey, buy my shit, and it's shoving it in your face, and then AMD's just kind of sitting over here like, yeah, if you want it, you can look. I would go over here and look at the AMD stuff just because he's shoving it in my face. I'd still go home and buy an NVIDIA card, but I wouldn't talk to the guy because he's being annoying. Yeah. You don't shove stuff down somebody's throat. If they want it, they want it. If they don't, they don't.
It seems just weird that they're trying so hard to get
because they're going to make so much money off of this collecting data, just like Google. I mean, why the hell wouldn't you want more people to collect data?
Windows 7 to do the same thing.
Is it collecting as much though?
I don't know.
It might not be collecting as much because of the source code.
I don't know if it's data driven that much or.
What else would it be though? That's the only thing that they'd be making money.
It's making them easier. Then they can push more stuff.
I think out of all of the
I don't know.
All of the tactics that they use though, I think the one that pisses me off the most is the one where they they go from telling everybody that Windows 7 is super secure and all this other stuff, it's super safe, and then now that Windows 10 is out, they're like, oh, don't use Windows 7, it's horrible. It's like one of our most insecure freaking OSs we've ever made.
Yeah, that's just dumb.
And it's like, all you're trying to do is get people like our parents to be like, oh my god, somebody's going to hack my bank account stuff, and they're going to go and download Windows 10, and then Microsoft hacks their bank account.
Yeah.
So I don't like it. I don't like the fact that they do that kind of stuff. And if like Project Vulkan, if Vulkan actually does what it says it's going to do and actually takes off, if all of my games in the future can be played on Linux and doesn't require DirectX 12 and doesn't require Windows, and I can get if somebody would, I mean, it's open source, so you can't really complain, I guess, but if Adobe would pull their stuff over to Linux, to where I could use, everybody could use, the Creative Cloud through Linux, like use After Effects, use all that stuff. I honestly think that Windows would lose a lot more people. Because there's a lot of software, a lot of programs that people use on a daily basis that just don't have anything even close on Linux version. There's things that you can do to get by, but it just doesn't compare.
Yeah.
It doesn't compare.
Yeah, the user
There's a lot more.
It's so familiar.
Yeah. There's just going to be a lot more people that are willing to code and make good products whenever they're getting paid to do so. You can't really pay a huge team of people to make great software whenever they're not really making any money, because you can't sell your software because it's open source and free. That, and I think they really need to, I mean, I know that the whole point of Linux is to be free, free-spirited. Let's have all these different versions. We can do it's open source, you can do it. Yeah. But there's, just like with, the whole Android versus iPhone thing, there's pros and cons of each. There's pros of being able to modify everything you want to modify, but there's also pros to being closed off, because you're only allowing certain things to be done.
So I think it's almost like that's kind of what they're going for. Windows. It's not more of like to close it down, but they're trying to just unify Windows itself. Yeah. Just so everyone's on the same, or majority of the people are on the same version. It's easier for them, yada yada. That's how I see it. Why they're pushing it so bad. Maybe there's ulterior motives. There's always ulterior motives, of course, but
oh yeah, all about that paper.
When they're giving it away for free, well, just take it.
Yeah. I mean, I installed it the day one.
Yeah, day one I did too.
And I haven't had a single problem with it. I mean, I had some
it takes
weird
a while
issues.
to get used to.
But it doesn't, though, really.
There's things that I
mean, you complained about the freaking visual things and stuff, but I'm talking about, like, actual...
Well, I still think, you have Classic Shell? I haven't even installed Classic Shell.
No, I installed...
But just like
I uninstalled Classic Shell.
Thing. I mean, that's just ugly looking compared to Windows 7.
I uninstalled Classic Shell because I thought it was causing my problem. I told you, I literally uninstalled everything on my computer except for games. That's it. That's the only thing I left. And of course, the hell is it? What the hell is it?
Install Uplay because Division's on there.
Oh, what the hell is it?
I don't know.
I haven't even used it in the freaking editing software. Adobe's editing software. Premiere, yes, Jesus, yeah, brain fart like hell. Yeah, Adobe Premiere, CS, I think it was 5.5.
Old version.
Yeah. I can't afford that new stuff. Maybe eventually,
pretty
but I don't think 2015. I tried it for a little while. I tried the trial, and I don't think it likes my sound card, because every single time I play a video or I play any kind of anything.
I'm gonna start my shopping list. Sound card, keyboard, what else?
Yeah. So anyway, I for whatever reason I get this input output audio hardware overloaded thing, and it starts making cracks and pop noises. I'm like, what the fuck? And so I searched it or whatever, and apparently lots of people are getting it. So
can you like disable it just for that? Or?
I didn't even try. I was going to try taking it out and putting it in, but I got so frustrated, and I was trying to actually do a video that I wanted to get uploaded that day, and so I was just like, fuck it, and I just uninstalled it and went back to 5.5, and it works perfectly fine. So whatever. Dang, really?
That's 6.
We got 6 likes on the video already. Thanks, guys. That's awesome.
Yeah.
I actually had a lot of viewers popping in and stuff too, but nobody said anything. Everybody's very, very shy.
That's all right. I'm sure
it's just text.
I don't talk either.
Yeah, you're not very boisterous at all.
What are you talking about?
I'm like, the entire time that you were doing your Overwatch thing or whatever, it was like the microphone, the audio was just barely moving, like it was barely picking.
Well, I'm used to the microphone.
I know you're used to it being. You're used to eating it. You need a drink? You need another drink?
I'm alright right now.
I think we're almost done.
I don't know,
If you want another drink, you can go get another drink, because we're probably just gonna sit here and bullshit for a little while.
Yeah. After the show.
We'll talk about Division.
Division.
All right, guys, that's the end of the show. We don't have.
If you would
any
like
more
to talk
articles.
about Division, let us know.
Yes.
We'll talk about it.
If you want us to talk about the Division for an entire 2 hours
next
week, then leave a
Kenny,
comment.
You gotta get home Saturday, or whatever.
Yes, Saturday. If you're watching this, Kenny.
Night. And
Saturday.
time. Well, it springs forward, so we have less that time to play. Dang it. So yeah,
We'll be used to it by the next weekend, though.
no, this.
Oh no, it is this weekend.
Yeah, so we lose an hour of gameplay.
Yeah.
This weekend.
So that means you need to get home a little bit earlier. So
yeah. PSA this Sunday. Clock spring forward an hour. So set your time forward. Lose that hour of sleep.
Because we're still stupid and we still think that it's necessary.
Yeah. I don't know why.
I really don't understand why anymore, to be honest.
Habits. People get in habits and they keep it.
Yeah, maybe.
I do like the time. Like, well, I don't know how it would be. Is summertime. Are we going into daylight savings time, right?
Yeah.
We're springing forward and that's daylight savings time. Like, this is normal time right now. So it'd be like this.
I know why they do it. Or at least I know why they did it back in the day.
Yeah.
Was because during the growing months of food and everything and all that stuff and crops and crap is because it would stay lighter longer.
Mm-hmm.
And then in the winter, when the crops don't grow, they don't care. So the days are shorter.
And with no electricity.
But they freaking hop everything up with freaking steroids now. It'll probably grow in the freaking darkest dungeons of Mordor. So why does it fucking matter?
I think a lot of it's like electricity and stuff.
Oh yeah, that's
lights.
right. They got the, what do they call those lights?
What?
No, I mean I'm saying they have those grow lights. They have grow lamps now, so they can just use those.
True.
They don't need to have
hydroponics.
Screw the sun. Who needs the sun?
Actually, I saw one of those the other day. I'm trying to think where it was. It was a hydroponics farm.
Probably
Somewhere in
right.
Tampa.
Probably right outside of elementary
City.
school.
I was in the ghetto. Some crappy. No, just kidding.
Awesome. That's what we were talking about today. We were talking about she was talking. Some lady in line in the cafeteria was talking about growing something or like something like that. And I was like, "What are you talking about? You talking about growing that that weed stuff, And then she's like, "No, we wouldn't do that or whatever." And she's like, And then
past medical marijuana.
Right, and she goes, not around here anyway, or something. And then I was like, and she goes, maybe in Colorado. And I was like, yeah. I was like, in Colorado, they probably actually teach kids about the greenhouse thing by growing weed in school. Because that's what I don't know if you did that. I'm sure you did that in elementary school as well.
Yeah, I grew weed in elementary school.
Grow no, I'm talking about learning about greenhouse effect and growing plants and stuff. Like maybe grow like a tomato plant or something.
Well, I didn't. We did. I don't know.
You didn't do that?
Maybe the class did or something.
Well, yeah.
But I think there was like a.
You would just plant them in these little plastic pots and put them outside, or put them in some kind of little greenhouse thing and let it grow, and you'd check on it every week or something.
Indeed.
So anyway, like and subscribe if you haven't already. For the subscribers I do have, it keeps going up. I mean, it seems like every other day or two I'm getting another one. And yes, I will have some more videos soon.
Yeah.
I was going to hopefully work on a couple this weekend because it's supposed to be pretty shitty weather.
Is it?
It's supposed to be thunderstorms and stuff Saturday and Sunday. Well, it's cloudy Saturday.
Have to play the division.
I think it's going to be cloudy Saturday. Sunday is supposed to be thunderstorms, and Monday is supposed to be nasty. And then Tuesday it's going to be 86. Ugh, Florida.
Winter never even came this year. Ridiculous.
So, at least it finally got cold enough for a couple days, and the mosquitoes have left my area anyway for a little bit. But anyway, so there will be some more videos coming up soon.
Maybe
I got
video.
I got a couple of them coming up. Maybe I'll do a performance test on the Division or something.
It's actually not a bad idea.
Like setting different settings and seeing which one causes the biggest performance hits or something. Maybe I'll do something like that.
Sounds cool.
And this dude over here kept talking about doing a OBS video and never did. It's the one thing that you can do without a good camera.
Yeah, I know. Maybe I'll do it this weekend since it's gonna be crappy weather. Actually, no, they do have a newer version of OBS that I was messing with.
Yeah, OBS Studio.
It wasn't called Studio when I was messing with it. It's a multi-platform. No, it's on the other computer, my home computer.
Pretty sure it's OBS Studio now, though.
Yeah, I think it's called Studio now, but it was OBS multi-platform or something. It was just set up a little bit different.
It's like a different layout, but it's pretty much the same thing.
But I think they're trying to move to that, and it's supposed to be integrated in the same file that they're going to be using for all the OSs, OS X, and all that crap. So just a unified thing. They're using Vulkan on it. I'm just kidding. But yeah. So now I'll put together something. Do that.
Can you use it to stream the Division?
I can. I wonder how much that would hurt my FPSs.
I don't know. What FPS were you getting?
Like I said, in some areas it dropped to 45. Usually,
I never saw anything that was like, ugh. Whenever
no, it wasn't like stuttery. It's just.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like,
it wasn't.
I not once did I
FPS.
see it drop to the point where I was like, whoa, what's wrong with my FPS? It was smooth the whole time.
Mine sits around 50 to 65. Usually 55 to 65. Right around that area. So even with the snow particle effects, it's mainly when there's areas with smoke. I think that seems to drop down a lot.
Oh yeah.
There was another area where I set because I did the high preset and then I changed a bunch of stuff, and there was something about light reflecting through stuff or refracting through stuff, whatever. And it was like set to only like sun on low. I changed it all to high. So that's probably where it's hurting. But I'll figure it out and make a video about it or something. Or at least live stream. I'll live stream this weekend. I still gotta finish the what's it called too. I was thinking about live streaming that, but then I didn't.
The what's it called?
Tomb Raider.
Oh yeah, Tomb Raider's awesome.
Yeah, it was a really, really good game. I haven't finished it yet.
Just use the bow.
That's pretty much what I've been using.
Just use the bow the whole time. There's no point picking up anything else other than maybe the rockets at one point. I think you need a rocket launcher.
Spoiler alert, if anyone hasn't played it, it's 2013.
Yeah, if you haven't played it yet, then screw you and spoiler
alerts.
But
that one guy died. I can't remember his name because this is my first Tomb Raider.
Czechoslovakia or something? I don't know.
Yeah, but like
German or Russian.
Like no, Russian guy. Like her partner, like the dude was with her dad.
Oh, it was like Gil or something?
Yeah, anyways, he had the two guns. Like, on the thing, I was like, oh, I'm going to get the two guns now. I'm going to go blasting people. Didn't get it. I was so upset. That's the only
It wouldn't have done any damage, though. That's the dumb thing about that. You pick up, like, the machine gun or whatever is available. AK? Is it AK in that game? I don't remember.
I don't know. It, like, starts off as, like, a crappy gun, and then it's, like, an AK, and now it's, like, a...
But, like, you use the AK, and you're like, bah, 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 just shooting him for, like, an hour, and you pull out the bow, and it's, like, one shot, and he's dead. And it's like, what? I literally use if I play any game and a bow and arrow is available, I always use a bow and arrow.
Yeah, I love the bow.
Like same with Far Cry. I pretty much played all of Far Cry 4 with just a bow and arrow. I hardly used any other weapons except for grenades. That was it. Unless I was going against like the Rhino, like in my downsampling video, which you can see here. But the downsampling video, that little video clip that I got with me play.
Did my save? Now I got to restart. Actually, it's been so long. I'm going to started.
I didn't do anything. All I did, I bought you a sweet gun, though.
Spending my money.
I spent your money on your Far Cry 4. But anyway, like and subscribe. Follow us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, which I posted up a picture of our sweet setup here right now that I had to try to do really quick before the show was going to start. So, but anyway,
since I showed up,
I think we're gonna
Skype with the laptop.
We're gonna most likely go play the Division now, and
so see it on the 980
so that way he
Ti.
can see if it's any better on the 980 Ti, which of course it is because the 980 Ti is awesome.
It is. It's like two 970s.
It's super beast. So anyway, thanks for coming, and we will see you next week at Wednesday.
Yeah, Wednesday.
9 p.m. ish. Hopefully, as long as there's no other crazy natural disasters happening by my house. There was a huge forest fire by my house yesterday.
That wasn't anything. We wanted to play the Division.
There was a bad fire.
I told them I'm going to be in town, so
I was
do it live.
Super stressed out. We decided that we were going to just play the game instead of stressing out over the damn show. And then he said that he was going to be in town, so I was like, holy shit. And well, he mentioned it, so I was like, okay, yeah, that'd be awesome.
Do that instead so we can play the Division.
So we can play the Division. So yeah. Anyway, we will see you next week. So let me
same
see.
bat time, same bat channel, actually. Day 4, but yeah. Peace.
Oh, there it is.
Yeah,
I'm looking at the wrong
other screen.
All right. Peace out.